I'm Sam Mosher.
I'm Jacob Douglas, and we both are the co-founders of the Kids in College podcast. We met through E23 and through MUTV, and we just were in econ class together. We go to lunch every day, and one day we were just talking about things we always wanted to do, and I think we both always really just wanted to do a podcast, and that's where it stemmed from. I mean, if you want to...
Yeah, idea-wise, my favorite podcasts that I listen to are quote-unquote conversational podcasts. It's more natural. They're just genuine people talking, hanging out, and talking about the things they care about. And I think when you get that idea across, that it's passionate people talking about things they're passionate about, that's the most kind of compelling thing. So that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah, and it's funny, if you listen to like our podcast, you'll recognize like we don't take anything too serious.
No.
It's very lax, very...
Yeah.
We try to be as funny as we possibly can be, which is sometimes hard for us. But the name, which is like, there's a cool story behind the name.
Yeah, it took some time, but I like where we ended up.
Yeah, so originally our name was Dumpster Fire Podcast. And, well, because like at least my life is literal garbage.
Yeah,
so.
and like we're obviously, I mean, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. It was going to be a work in progress. It still is. So that name was kind of fitting.
Yeah, and then that was taken.
Yes.
And then we threw around a bunch of names. We never really stuck on anything. And then one day, Sam came to me with the idea.
We were sitting in lunch, and a joke from my hometown was whenever we would like get into trouble or there was some drama, we'd be like, oh, we're just some kids from St. Charles, which is my hometown. Like, what if the name is just some kids in college? Like, kind of gets across the idea we're casual and all that. And we did the entire first episode calling it that.
Yeah.
And I sat down to edit it, and I started like, it's like, let's get a Twitter account. I was like, man, our title's really long.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if we have a good idea? What if we just shorten it to Kids in College?
Yeah. And here we are. Well, I think the first episode we did not come prepared at all.
No, which was fun.
Which was, and I always tell people, I'm like, episode 1 is really funny because it's so poorly put together. Like we start off talking about where we're from and just about like how we met, and we ended up talking about The Walking Dead for what, like 15 minutes.
Yes.
So like the first episode was really just like unstructured, and then we had Cameron on for a guest for the second episode, and that's when things started to like click for what we wanted to, how we wanted to structure our episodes.
Yeah, Cameron Flatt was our guest, episode 2. He's a reporter, writer for E23. Nnamdi Egwuonwu, executive producer at E23, and then Isabel Lohman is an 23 News at MUTV reporter. And we kind of structure the episodes around the guests, what they want to talk about, what they're involved in, and just kind of make the most compelling conversations possible.
I think in the future we'd like to expand out and maybe get people that we're not so comfortable with. We talked about possibly getting like, we want Drew Lock on the podcast.
Yes.
Drew Lock, if you're watching, please get on the podcast.
Please, everyone reach out to Drew Lock. Tell him we'll talk about anything he wants to.
But yeah, like we'd like to expand out. We thought about maybe like when the MSA election was going on, getting someone from there. But yeah, just...
Yeah, the title is Kids in College, plural. Like, we're all just trying to talk to people, get to know. And also, we have a reach outside of Columbia, so we try to get, like, if Drew Lock was on, I mean, he's outside, but we try to get people that are beyond just our little circle.
Yeah. I just want people to have a good time listening to it, honestly. Like, with the last episode, we got kind of serious when we talked about like the state of journalism, and like we'll get serious every once in a while because we are journalism majors, and like there's a lot of things going on right now that kind of affect us. But other than that, like we just like to have a good time, like just sit around, a bunch of dudes just talking about like whatever we like.
Yeah, personally, like the reason I wanted this kind of format for a podcast was because they meant so much to me. The conversational podcasts I listen to, they're like friends I don't know, but people I can go to in a weird way. They lift my spirits. They make my day better. And if we can do that for one person, then that's a job well done.
We love you.
Yes, we do. And have a great night.